Everyone listening through VFL.com.au and watching us via the live stream. This is the Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final, and we're looking forward to it. Is Hawthorn taking on Geelong. Hawthorn finishing second on the ladder after the home and away season. Geelong finishing fourth on the ladder, and a whole host of stars you're going to be hearing a lot more about over the coming months as Geelong builds up to an AFLW licence. But let's get onto the ground now and get ready for the national anthems. Our Master of Ceremonies for the national anthems is Pete Laser.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Etihad Stadium for the 2018 Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final. And for Victoria, I'd like to acknowledge the wonderful people of the Kulin Nations, the traditional owners of the land. We pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. Ladies and gentlemen, would you now please be upstanding and join the players, coaches and umpires as we welcome Miss Swisse to perform the national anthem of Australia.
Australians, oh let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing. Advance Australia fair.
There you go, national anthem done and dusted. A very nice rendition of the national anthem too, going a cappella style, like it. So two teams get into position for this one. 20-minute flat quarters in the Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final this afternoon. And looking forward to seeing these two sides getting stuck into it. Reasonable crowd building up as well, certainly from the Hawthorn side, with Box Hill playing in the Peter Jackson VFL Grand Final a little bit later on this afternoon. But the Cats cheer squad is here, so they go through their final warm-ups to get into this one. As we mentioned, they met once during the season, the home and away season. Hawthorn got the win, 41-25, but in that game, Nina Morrison and Olivia Purcell weren't a part of the lineup. They play today for Geelong.
Emma Mackey's gone early, very early with the coin toss. I don't think Beck Goring's even aware yet that we
No,
need to
but
toss
there will be,
coin
the
out.
umpire will be coming out to her to say...
That might be grand final nerves, Peter.
Well, they're just maybe running a little bit late, but the umpire will get Beck Goring and say go to the middle. No,
Yeah, she's been sent back, Emma Mackey. Straight back to the huddle.
Well, we're going to start right on 12:30, so we'll have to get the coin toss done pretty quickly here. This first half of Peter Jackson VFL Live is for the Braybrook Hotel, the best Palmers in town, and as we lead up to the 2018 AFL Grand Final, we've got plenty of big screens, plenty of live sport going on throughout the week, so plenty to look forward to over at the Braybrook Hotel. And of course, the Tyre Power scoreboard, get the power of expert advice at Tyre Power, as now the captains will get together for the toss of the coin, and then we'll get this one underway. Been a good effort from the Hawks. Last season, they finished down the ladder. They were third last on the table. Now they play off in a grand final. Patrick Hill done a great job with this team. Toss in the middle of the ground. Emma Mackey wins it and will kick to the Coventry end or to the right of your radio or screen.
That's what a Hawthorn cheer squad is today. As I said earlier, Peter, we are 4 years away from the 10-year anniversary of the 2008 AFL Grand Final, where the Hawks did upset the Cats at the MCG. And here we are a decade later. Both these proud clubs with their women's teams. The Cats about to enter AFLW, Hawks hoping to follow suit in coming years. Here they are under the lid of Etihad Stadium, about to go head to head in the Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final. So it'll be Hawks right of dial, right of screen, however you are taking in our coverage today. And we've got the matchup we wanted.
Bit of work already.
So Bet Goring on Sarah Perkins. What have you seen, Peter?
Mia Ray Clifford just asserting herself down the back line for Geelong. Well, let's get this one underway. It's Hawthorn and Geelong, the Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final.
So Lou Watton's in the ruck here for Hawthorn. They will get the first clearance, and we're directly inside 50. McWilliams, hand pass off, Beeson, right foot, but straight down the throat. Mark taken there by Pearce, and the Cats immediately repel the first. Hawthorn inside 50 of the day, and the kick will go towards the City wing. The Cats just going to work it with some short kicks. Purcell went wide by hand, but went to a teammate under pressure. You see Meg Hutchins involved there as well. She has never won a premiership in her illustrious career. Big day for her personally. A great interview with Jared Waitley earlier in the week, Peter.
It was, as the ball being thrown up on centre wing. No one can get clear, but another opportunity for the Hawks may only be temporary. It's hard and tough stuff. Ball not really moving at all, and the umpire in exactly the same spot will throw it up again. You see the tackling pressure from both teams early on, really wanting to assert their authority. Mackie trying to come through for Hawthorn. The kick dribbling up towards half forward, trying to pick it up. McDonald for the Cats. Immediately taken down. Just hovering over the footy here, the Cats, but eventually it gets cleared inside 50 for the Hawks. But they've still got the numbers, the Cats, as they work it through. Amy McDonald again dragged down in the tackle. Being held up, the umpire will throw the ball up inside 50 for Hawthorn. No score as yet, a minute and a half gone on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Get the power of expert advice at Tyre Power.
Good tackle by Emily Gilder, one of the inclusions that didn't play against Collingwood a fortnight ago. Ground level, Cranston over the top of it for the Cats. Needs to get rid of it. Tackled before she had a chance to. Now the underground handball from Perkins. A chance for the Hawks to score. Right foot's on the way. It's going to go across the face. Will it register as score? Yes, just. Hawks get the first score of the grand final. It's a minor one, 2 minutes in on the Tyre Power scoreboard.
Yep, lived shut here at Etihad Stadium this afternoon. As the kick comes in, it's going to be too far, creating the contest. Nesta for the Hawks as ball on the deck. Quick kick, not going far from Can, up towards the top of the goal square, working way around Glider. Handball out, now an opportunity. Over her head goes Perkins, but puts it through for a behind. So another behind to the Hawks, 2 behinds, plays no score. 2.5 minutes gone in the opening quarter. The Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final.
So Bet Goring to bring this one back in. She was the full back in the VFL Women's Team of the Year. Kick wide for Kerrick, that's okay. One of the AFLW stars out there today, Maddie Kerrick. The left foot almost into her opponent on the mark. It's not a great kick. Can's in the right spot. And Hawthorn with yet another inside 50 coming up. Looking for Perkins in the pocket. Puts the mitts up. No mark. Mackey's at the full. Kick 3 last week. Lost it that time. Goring got it back for Geelong. The kick out of danger's okay as well. And Maddie Boyd has it. Left half back. As long as this kick's okay to the wing, they're out of danger. Not quite. Van Dyke pushed off her kick. Back up towards half forward. Geelong had a couple of numbers back there. Left foot to the wing. A bit too hot that time. No mark taken there by Darby. Hot footy up for grabs on centre wing. Broadcast side. Watton with the body. Collided that time with Clifford. Umpire calls for a ball up right in front of the interchange gates. And there's a bit of heat in this one early.
Oh, yeah, there is. Jordan Ivey not liking the attention that she's receiving. And it's just pushed off the footy. Ball tossed up. Right here on centre wing in front of our broadcast position, Purcell, 23rd player for Geelong. Across to Blakeway, who kicks into the middle of the ground. It's dangerous though. It's been picked up by Meg Hutchins, who kicks the ball inside 50. It's a good kick too. And McWilliams takes the mark. Now she's 52 from goal. The kick going up to the top of the square. Yep, the mark's been taken. And it's Tamara Luke who's got it. Well within range, top of the goal square, only the slight angle, chance of the first for the Hawks.
All the inside 50 dominance are up to 3 now for the game, the Hawks.
So Tamara Luke, 15 games this season, the 6 goals, make that 7. And her first for the afternoon, 1-2-8, plays no score. Tyre Power scoreboard, get the power of expert advice at Tyre Power. We've played 5 minutes in this opening quarter.
She's going to be an important player today for Hawthorn. She can go through the ruck as well to relieve Lou Watt. 19 hit-outs against Collingwood 2 weeks ago. Had a very, very good game at Stannard Stadium against the Magpies. Also got 16 disposals and the 7 marks as well. She is going to be vital for the Hawks today. We're back in the middle. Good start for Hawthorn. Lead it by 8 points. The Cats haven't really even been forward of centre just yet. Ball's just hovering around the outer wing. Purcell tried to find the teammate over the top, but there's a lot of congestion around this ball at the moment. Eventually McMahon did pick it up. Hand pass out wide. Chance for the Cats to maybe finally penetrate forward of centre. The kick didn't go far. A lot of numbers around this one. Watton brought down straight away. Good tackle, Ivy for Geelong. Ball hacked up towards half forward. Maybe their first entry of the game is coming up. Pereira did well to get the handball out. O'Donnell pushed out of it. Over the top of the ball, doing well was Clifford. It's on ground level. It's locked up, and we have a ball up 55 out from goal for the Cats. Still scoreless so far on the Tyre Power scoreboard. 6 minutes in. Here's Peter Mercado.
Yeah, ball tossed back up. The Cats want an immediate response here. It's been a fast start from Hawthorn. They might just get it too. There's the ball from McMahon. Goes inside the 50 for Geelong. No one can take the mark. Come barrelling through. Brought down Ebb. That's a wonderful tackle. Mangan doing the tackling work. And the umpire will throw the ball up into attack here for the Cats. And it's a clearing kick for the Hawks. But it's still dangerously inside 50. They're in all sorts of trouble now. Trying to push her way through was Birchall. She couldn't do so. And now we've got more tackling pressure. The Cats' forward pressure relentless. And the umpire will come in and throw it up. Our umpires today, Josh Ball, Luke Porter and Nick Scott. So a good moment for these umpires. They've been working hard in this competition. Watton doing the ruck work for Hawthorn. And there'll be a free kick going the way of the Hawks. Last line of defence. They lead 1-2-8 to no score on the Tyre Power scoreboard.
Julia Crockett-Grills receives a free kick next year, playing for Geelong in AFLW. Today, the Cats are her opponent. Mackey's over the top of the ball for the Hawks. Did well to win it at ground level, but too many Cats around her. Trying to come crashing through was Focus. Eventually McMahon tried to get a hand pass over the top. Just good pressure to hold her up that time by Randall. Ball up just outside 50 for Geelong. There is a Hawk on the bench at the moment getting her shoulder looked at. An early injury concern maybe for Hawthorn. Here's Cranston. Inside 50. 2-on-1 here in favour of Hawthorn. Ball's at the square. Pereira has some time, but Darby's just harassing her. Needed some help and got it. Well done, Ebb. Went across the face of goal. Saw some brown and gold. It's a safe option in the end. So Van Dyke, the kick down the line. Does that stay in play? A wonderful pass and the mark taken by Ellie McDonald. They're out of danger, Hawthorn, and they're still keeping the Cats scoreless.
Michaela Can, that player, getting her shoulder looked at. Oh, big fly over the top. Might have been unrealistic. The umpire thought so from McWilliams. And it means that Anna Teague will take the free kick. Mighty launch from the logo. The kick up the line. Couldn't take the mark. Focus has turned the footy over, but goes back in. Lay the tackle. And the umpire will throw the ball up. Rebecca Beeson getting her hands on it. Important player for this Hawthorn side. Ruck's going at it again. No one can get cleared. Tamara Luke has another go at it. And now the clearing kick out towards the logos. It's heading towards the boundary line. Will it stay in? It does. Nicely picked up there by Flanagan, but she did run out of room. And the ball is over. We'll have it thrown in.
Just saw Michaela Can go into the rooms for the Hawks. She had a good day against Collingwood, 21 disposals. She's an important player in this side. She's in the rooms as we speak.
So ball tossed back in. And Luke at the back. Trying to work her way forward was Cranston for Geelong. There's a free kick, a holding free kick. It's going to go the Cats' way. And it'll go to Danielle Orr, who's called to play on now, has run out of room, goes backwards to Woolitz, who goes back to Orr by hand. Now the kick up towards half forward is off hands. Opportunity, no one can get clear. Hutchins has got it for Hawthorn, finding a way at the bottom of the pack. The umpire will throw the ball up. Into attack here for Geelong. We've played 9.5 minutes in this opening quarter. 1-2-8 plays, no score.
That means we're almost at the halfway mark. 20-minute flat quarters, free kick from the ruck to go to Cats' way, and it's Derby on the outskirts of 50. There's a 2-on-2 in the goal square, and the mark is taken beautifully by Mia Ray Clifford. Surely the Cats are going to go bang for their first goal of the afternoon. She was the Cats' leading vote getter in the Lambert Pearce medal, equal fifth, as announced at the Palladium a couple of weeks ago. So the Cats need this. Hawthorn started well. Geelong have had the last couple of inside 50s. Clifford from point blank range. That's a nervous kick off the side of the boot, across the face, and a minor score on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Hawthorn 1-2-8, Geelong 0-1-1. 10.5 opening term as Perkins makes her way back out onto Etihad Stadium.
So we just wait for this ball to come back into play. Sibley will go wide, too wide. In fact, it's out of bounds on the full. Well, an error there. And Derby's got the kick. Squares it up immediately. No mark taken. Now another chance maybe for the Hawks to clear. It's locked in. The umpire will throw the ball up. Oh, they got away with one there, Hawthorn. Nerves on both sides. Tossed up. Handball over the top, going through the hands there of Derby. It's right on the goal line. Pereira to pick it up. The ex-basketballer kicks across the ground, trying to find Hutchins, who's paddling towards the line under all sorts of pressure. It goes over. Good contest. And we'll have the ball thrown in right near the 50 for Geelong. 1-2-8 plays one behind. 11.5 minutes gone. It's on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Get the power of expert advice at Tyre Power. This half of Peter Jackson VFL Live, or the Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final for the Braybrook Hotel. Big screens, live sport.
Clearing ball out there that time from Dillon. Underneath it was Crockett Grills, but a chance for Geelong to perhaps penetrate once more, and it's Cranston. Just got a little knock on. We are inside 50 for the Cats, and maybe a chance at a goal here. Although Birchall held up, needed to get rid of it. Went to a teammate under pressure in Trevine. Now to left foot snap high from Kerrick. Same spot as where Clifford marked moments ago. Some desperate defending for Hawthorn on the last line of defence. Need to get boots of ball. There is a whistle. Holding the ball and a free kick to go Maddie Boyd's way. Slightly tougher angle than what Clifford was dealing with a minute or so ago. Chance to make amends here and bring it back to within a point. Maddie Boyd kicked 2 in the prelim last week. Left foot, poked at it and put it through. Tyre Power scoreboard, 12.5 gone opening term. Cats 1-1-7. Hawks 1-2-8. Here at Etihad Stadium, it's the Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final.
It's a hot start. Geelong finally getting some reward for effort there. And look at that, holding the ball. Oh, gee, they were red hot on that one. I thought that might have been okay, but I think it was more the way that the ball was disposed of, trying to get the hand free to be able to create the handball. Incorrect disposal of the call. Back in the middle. Another opportunity for the Cats as they work their way up towards centre half forward. Excellent pick up here from Cranston. Going around the body. It's an open goal square. The bounce not favourable though. It's dangerous. It's going to be picked up. Pereira just paddling in front of her. Needs to be careful. Pushed off the footy. Gee, the Cats are relentless at the moment as the kick goes around the body to the top of the goal square. Plenty of numbers for the Hawks, but they can't take the mark. Crowd appealing for a free kick. Nothing doing. 360 there was all. She's dragged down and she's pinged for holding the footy. They were in a tough position, but then they got out of it, Hawthorn, and Chantella Pereira will take the free kick. Deep inside defensive 50. Her kick going outside the 50. Good mark by Luke at the back. Now I want to set her team running. Not a hell of a lot up ahead. Only the one option, it was Mick Williams, but she was out-muscled there by Blakeway, who picked up the footy, got the handball across to McMahon. McMahon's kick, though, is a high up and under. Oh, they spoiled each other again here, the Hawks, working their way through. Van Dyke managed to get the handball out. Another opportunity, but it might be turned over on the logos. Amy McDonald comes in. It comes off her boot and spills away. Picking it up is Woods, the 23rd player for Hawthorn, who sets her team running. The kick finds Mackie right in the middle of Etihad Stadium. Perkins is the player. Heading up towards half forward, races across. Oh, flicked it on beautifully. They've got some space here, the Hawks. It's heading towards the goal line. Working their Teague, pick it up. She's dragged down in the tackle, going absolutely nowhere. Emerson Woods, a fantastic tackle, the 23rd player for Hawthorn. And we'll have it thrown up deep inside 50 for the Hawks, who lead this 8-7 with 5 minutes left in the opening quarter.
A young star in the making is Emerson Woods. McWilliams with the snap. It is an empty square. She gets a good bounce, but it hits the post. Tyre Power scoreboard, Hawthorn 139, Geelong 117. Just under 5 minutes to go, opening term. Both sides getting their fair share of inside 50s. We've got an even game so far today. Just a little bit unlucky with the bounce in the end was McWilliams as the Cats do repel defensive 50. McMahon dropped it. Cairns back out on the ground. Now Mackie to the hot spot. Here's Woods. Went up, didn't bring it down. Chance for Perkins at ground level. Might have been held off it. Ball goes to ground level. Umpire will cross his arms eventually. About 40 out from Hawthorn's goal.
Yeah, Elise Coventry laying that tackle on Perkins. Rucks go at it. Deep Perkins, who's into the ruck. Maddie McMahon there as well for the Cats, and the umpire will throw it up again. 4 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Been a great start here at Etihad Stadium. Perkins again, but the tap down into space. No one can pick it up. Mackie there trying to slide the handball out, working her way through. Now the Cats with an opportunity at half back. If they could just pick up the footy. Taken front on contact was Trevine. And she'll take the free kick. Her kick into the middle of the ground is going to be cut off. And Pereira's taken the mark for the Hawks and has some runners alongside too. This ball heading inside 50 is a good one. Boy, that's a good transferal of the footy. And Emily Glider will take the shot at goal. Maybe a bit too far out, 40 metres. She's going to kick from the 50, go into the pocket, looking for Perkins. She has to pick it up on the half volley. Now forced to lay the tackle. The ball spills free. Opportunity for the Hawks. Here's Hutchins right near the boundary line. Kicks it into the player in front of her, Amy McDonald. And the umpire will throw the ball in. It's 25 metres around from the Hawks goal. 139 plays at 117. That's on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Get the power of expert advice at Tyre Power. In this half of the Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final for the Braybrook Hotel, the best palmers in town.
Perkins just a little bit ginger, and a couple of very worried Hawthorn trainers came sprinting out. Clearing ball here for the Cats. It goes out of play, so those trainers now going to check on Sarah Perkins to see if she's okay. Inaugural premiership player in the first season of AFLW with the Adelaide Crows. All's well, that ends well. Boundary throw in here. Right half forward for Hawthorn. Beeson, Crockett Grills did well. Hand pass came out now. Dillon held on to the ball. Went to the top of the square. Another one to navigate for the Geelong back line. Mick Williams making a nuisance of herself. Perkins, the Cats converge. Kerrick's over the top of the ball. She gets tackled. Umpire letting it go for the moment. Now we'll have a ball up right forward pocket for Hawthorn. 139, they lead it on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Cats are 1-1-7. We're under 2 minutes to go in this opening term. Umpire throws it up. Can the Hawks find a second goal here? Both backlines have been staunch so far. Cairns over the top of it. Couple of Cats all over her though. She lays the tackle. Ball goes out of play. Oh. Boundary throw in and a bit of heat again. These two clubs do not like each other. That much we know. Boundary throw in. Hawks in scoring range here. Luke's in the ruck. Didn't want to go on the left. Here's Beeson. Needs to give it off by hands and does. The right foot snap high into the pocket. Crockett Grills ran up, didn't bring the ball down. Overrunning at that time was Flanagan. Ball up. We're still in the same spot here. We're inside the final minute. So time running out here for the Hawks to maybe get a second before quarter time.
50 seconds left in this opening term. It's deep into attack for the Hawks. It spills out, working McWilliams, pushed off the footy. Cats just keep it in. I thought that was over the boundary line. Boundary umpire thought otherwise. And this kick's going to come straight back in again. It's on 50. It goes through hands, working there, Ebb. It managed to find the right target. It's Nixon who kicks inside 50 again for Hawthorn. Bit of push and shove. It falls to the back. Maddie McMahon kicks the ball outside the 50 for Geelong, looking for Stevens. It goes through her hands, but she kicks it off the ground. Just needs to pick up the footy. Can't do so, because as soon as she picks it up, she's immediately tackled. It spills free. Crockett Grills trying to get into the action for Hawthorn. Can't do so. And now we'll have a stoppage. 5 seconds to go in this opening quarter. I suspect this 2-point margin will be the quarter time margin. It is. Good contest this one, the Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final. It's Hawthorn 139, Geelong 117. The goal kickers for Hawthorn, Tamara Luke with the only goal for the Hawks and the only goal for the Cats, Maddie Boyd, in what was an entertaining opening quarter of football. We'll take a break. On the other side, we'll go through the stats to quarter time and get stuck into this second quarter. Hope you're enjoying the action. If you're watching us through vfl.com.au or listening on 1116 SEN, this is the Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final. And an even first quarter at quarter time. It's 139 Hawthorn, Geelong 117. Peter Mercado and Adam Saracoglu with you for this one on VFL.com.au. We are video streaming this afternoon and also on 1116 SEN. And then coming up after this one, it will be the Casey Demons taking on the Box Hill Hawks in the Peter Jackson VFL Love the Game Grand Final. Some of the key stats, Adam, to quarter time before we get started in the second quarter.
Leading ball getter on the ground at the moment is Olivia Purcell with 6 for Geelong, a couple of Hawks. Michaela Can, who is still dealing with some shoulder trouble, has 5. Second term underway. Under the lid of Etihad Stadium, it's Hawthorn by 2 points as Mackie gets her hand pass off and the first clearance. Well, it'll go Hawthorn's way, but it won't go far. The kick was from half back toward the middle of the ground. That's where things got held up, and Beeson has to give the ball back to the umpire. So a ball up just beside the centre circles here. 1 goal apiece in the opening term. Kerrick, a high left foot towards half forward. Went through the hands of one particular Hawk and Van Dyke. Hand pass not great. Trying to come crashing through there was Harrison. That wasn't going to work out. We have a ball up just at the top of 50 here for Geelong. 139 to 117. Tyre Power scoreboard. Ball socket off the ground, back out towards the wing. Beeson just worried out of it, but Hutchins was there for Hawthorn. Kick looking for McWilliams. A good fist on the ball from Teague to kill it off, and the ball goes out of play. Centre wing, city side of Etihad Stadium. So Michaela Can, that's a potential injury concern. She did come back out onto the grounds after going into the rooms midway through the opening term, but she's starting the second term on the bench.
Ball tossed back in. Front position from Madeline McMahon as it sends the Cats forward. They head up towards half forward. Pereira just paddling in front of her for Hawthorn. And now has to go back in again. But good work here from Boyd. Boyd for Geelong, kicking inside the 50. Right at the feet of Mia Clifford. Tried to shoot the handball out, but the hand pass was a little too hot. Maybe holding the footy there for Boyd, or incorrect disposal. No call from the umpire. Good tackling pressure again from the Hawks. We're at half forward. The Cats again release the kick. Again dribbling inside the 50. And no one could get clear. Trying to get in there, Ellie McDonald for Hawthorn. Her hand pass is smothered. And now the cavalry arrives. Good tackling pressure from Clifford and Darby's players 7 and 8 for Geelong. And we'll have it thrown up. Centre half forward for Geelong. On the Tyre Power scoreboard, they trail by 2 points. Ball to ground, Mackie coming through. Handball over the top. Trying to find the path through was O'Donnell. Twisting, turning for Hawthorn. Got the defensive handball out. It's going nowhere in a hurry. Went through the legs of Watson, but she's immediately laying the tackle, and the umpire will come in and throw the ball up.
It's one-on-ones all over the ground, and we have got 5 and 5 either side of the stoppage.
As we got another stoppage here. In exactly the same spot. Ball not going anywhere. Olivia Purcell, 23rd player for Geelong, throwing the ball back to the umpire. Trying to pick it up there, Madeline McMahon. It falls to her teammate Kerrick, who goes around the body up towards the pocket, but it's been taken away. Sibley rides the bump. Now the ball pushed on into the path here of Van Dyke. Did well to pick it up at front on contact. Good tackling pressure from Morrison. They still can't get the kick away, the Cats. It's good defensive pressure here again from the Hawks as the ball's released. Trying to find a way through Dillon, who hacks the ball and turns the footy over. And the Cats will have another opportunity to wander forward here. As the kick goes inside 50 and falls short, it's going to be turned over. Tamara Luke takes the mark for Hawthorn.
Hawthorn's lone goal kicker so far today. Switching ball, Beeson, foot race for it. Got a kind of bounce in front of Birchall and won it back for the Hawks, and a great kick to get him out of danger. And we're going for a run with Gilda on centre wing, left foot to an empty 50. Perkins in battle with Goring. Goring will get there first. Has to get around Perkins. Just did so. Got her hand pass off, and Cats out of danger. High ball underneath it. Birchall takes the mark for Geelong. Deep on her own right back. Half back flank. Kick goes down the line looking for Darby. Put the mitts up. Didn't bring the ball down. Hand pass here, beaten to the ball that time. McMahon did very well. Got it to her ruck in Derby, towards half forward. Cats looking to attack, but push off the ball was Orr, holding the ball and a free kick, and she's not getting up. So Hawthorn have the ball, and it's in their hands right now of Kim Ebb.
Yep, just a little slow to get up from that contest, but Ebb, he's got the footy, will work it back inside defensive 50. They'll look to switch here. Van Dyke will go all the way back. Defensive, top of the goal square. Sibley will go to the opposite side of the ground and find Hutchins. Still haven't exited the 50 here, the Hawks, as they choose to go down the outer side. Donald's got the mark. At half-back, the kick up the line is going to fall short. Blakeway coming in to take it for Geelong. Done a good job across the centre, but just can't do anything inside 50. But that kick's going to be intercepted, and Mackie comes in and takes another great mark. Him and Mackie having some sort of game in the grand final. Another defensive mark called to play on by the umpire. Kicks up towards McWilliams, who takes the mark. Going to be playing for Geelong in the AFLW next season. For now, a Hawk. He kicks up the line, McWilliams. Perkins pushed her a player out. The ball heading inside 50. It's Teague leading in the race. Dragged down in the tackle by Flanagan. Going absolutely nowhere, and the umpire will throw the ball up. 139 plays 117. Tyre Power scoreboard. Get the power of expert advice at Tyre Power. And this half of Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final action for the Braybrook Hotel. Big screens, live sports.
Cam back out there for Hawthorn. Kick smothered off her boot by Goring. And McWilliams watches it go out of play just inside 50 for Hawthorn. No score yet in this second term, which is 6 minutes old. It's the Tyre Power scoreboard that we have for all 8 quarters of footy today here at Etihad Stadium. Umpire brings this in. Luke grabs it from the ruck. Sends it to the top of the square. Perkins couldn't take the mark. Cats again need to defend. That was a high tackle. And a free kick will go the Cats' way. Last line of defence, just a little bit sloppy there from Flanagan.
It was Teague who got her head almost taken off. The kick outside the 50 is a dangerous one. Getting hands to it, Nesta for Hawthorn. It spills to the back. It's still in. Pushed back in there by Nesta, but it's going to be turned over. And the Cats just built that wall again. So look to build. Another attack forward. This kick, mark, hands, no for Derby. Taken away by Pereira for Hawthorn, and they could kill him on the overlap. Crockett Grills goes with a long ball. It's a reasonably open goal square, and the mark has been taken again by McWilliams. The quick transition, they were able to spread so well. It was Crockett Grills kicking to a soon-to-be Geelong teammate, McWilliams. And a chance here at the second goal for the Hawks. 7 minutes into the second quarter. Kick is missing to the right.
Carbon copy of the Mia Ray Clifford one from the first quarter.
1-4-10 plays 1-1-7. Hawthorn leading Geelong. Tyre Power scoreboard. Get the power of expert advice at Tyre Power. This half of the Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final for the Braybrook Hotel, the best Palmers in town.
So both number 7s out on the ground today have shanked shots on goal from the exact same spot at the Lockett end of the ground. Kick in was a little dangerous, but the mark taken by Blakeway. City side of Etihad Stadium, right foot does clear 50. Went to a 2-on-1 though, now can. At the fall, right foot. Hawthorn back inside 50. Perkins couldn't get close enough to it. And again, it's Blakeway taking a very, very good defensive mark. And the Cats backline have done very well so far today to repel numerous Hawthorn entries. The kick comes out. It's picked up out there by Morrison. Hand pass inboard back into the traffic. Pereira won it back. Had a great opening term. Hutchins with the handball forward. O'Donnell had to give it off. Can right foot in toward the pocket. McWilliams. Teague with the fist once more. She's been a star down back for the Cats. And a boundary throw in right forward pocket. Nearly 9 gone on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Hawthorn 1-4-10, Geelong 1-1-7. Just the one behind for the Hawks so far in this second term.
Ball tossed back in. We're 20 metres around. It's Perkins doing the work in the ruck. But plenty of numbers here for the Cats, who should be able to release if they're clean. Coming in to have something to say about that is Woods for Hawthorn, who eventually gets hands to the footy, but isn't able to go anywhere, and the umpire will throw the ball up. Perkins again, but taken away by our opposite ruck in Stevens for Geelong, but it's only going to be temporary as Nesta pushed off her kick, but still managed to get it wide enough, and they've got the opportunity here, the Hawks, to build again. Van Dyke kicks inside 50. McWilliams takes the mark. 45 from goal. She gets on with it quickly. The kick over the head there of Can. Plenty of numbers here for the Cats, but got to be careful. Can laying a good tackle. The ball's dispossessed. Onto the path here of Flanagan. Under all sorts of pressure from Blakeway. Has some teammates alongside. Cranston, one of those. And just making sure that ball goes over. We'll have it thrown in again deep into attack here for Box Hill. Midway through this second quarter. 1-4-10 plays 1-1-7. It's Hawthorn leading Geelong on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Get the power of expert advice at Tyre Power.
Perkins tried to win it back over her shoulder. Cranston overran the ball. That was potentially dangerous, but there were enough Cats in the region. Ball ricochets out to Mackie. She's dangerous around goal. Quick snap there from Perkins. He's very wayward. It bounces out of bounds on the full, in fact, and Geelong yet again survive another attack on goal by the Hawks. We're now over the halfway mark of this second term. No goals yet in the second so far. All bar two players on the ground at the moment. Forward of centre here toward the Lockett end of the ground is Morrison, right foot. Interesting ball, that one. No mark taken. McWilliams got a hand pass off and Can into the hot spot. And the mark is taken, diving by Olivia Flanagan directly in front. And might just have the distance in her. She sets the mark at about 35 metres. No angle to deal with whatsoever. Maybe the Hawks will finally get their second.
Yeah, again, just the quick transition to find some space. And for Olivia Flanagan, who's 13 games, yielded 6 goals heading into this one.
Yeah, didn't play in the final against Collingwood. Perkins, no distance on the kick, so Perkins only marked it, but she's been well held so far. It snuck in for a point. Tyre Power scoreboard, Hawthorn 1-5-11, Geelong 1-1-7, almost 12 gone on the Tyre Power scoreboard.
Yeah, Sarah Perkins kicked 2 goals in their win over the Cats in the home and away season. Going to come straight back in here again. Flanagan, good shepherding work from Perkins. Pushed off the kick was Woods. Again under pressure here, the Cats defence. It falls to Hutchins, who goes around the body with a high ball and through for a behind. So peppering the goals, 12 into the second quarter. 1-6-12 plays 1-1-7. And again, it could come straight back in again. They're under pressure here, the Cats. McWilliams picks it up. She's got it again, gets around a couple. Slots the handball out. Sold her teammate into all sorts of trouble. Now the Cats get some clear air. Again, it may only be temporary because running onto the footy was Nesta. Did well to pick it up on 50. Had a bit more time than she realised. And now gets the ball off. They got another goal. They got another one. It's Mackie, the skipper, who's kicked it. That's the first goal for the second quarter, and it's 2-6-18 Hawthorn, 1-1-7 Geelong. 13 minutes gone in this second quarter on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Get the power of expert advice at Tyre Power. This half of Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final action for the Braybrook Hotel. Big screens, live sports. Her 9th goal for the season, Emma Mackie, and she's been sensational early in this one. We're 13 minutes into the second quarter.
She's surely leading in the medal race at the moment. Kicked her first goal against Collingwood at roughly this part of the game 2 weeks ago as well. Kicked 2 more in the second half. She is a big game player. Cats need a lift here. Federley has the ball. Had to get around one tackler and did. Bouncing ball inside 50. Ebb just ricocheted the ball back out. Was there high contact? Umpire said no. Cats going deep. Hutchins in the right spot. And Hawthorn out of danger yet again. She's got a loose teammate all by herself at half back.
Oh,
Flanagan had to go back down and get it. Did well to find a teammate out of danger. Watton. Hand pass goes out wide. That's Beeson towards half forward. Mackie's just come off the bench here. Might get the handball received from Luke. She does, but is she slipped over? Fumbled. Had time to pick it up and recover. bumped off her kick. Inside 50 once more for Hawthorn. Chance to pick it up there, but just missed it, did Ebb. Had to go back and fetch. McMahon worried her out of it. Kerrick, hand pass off. Cats under siege at the moment. Good tackle again by Mackie. Umpire didn't want to pay the free kick. Kerrick got it back. Kick down the line. Pereira couldn't take the mark. Great tackle though on Clifford. Hand pass to the voice. That actually works out. Mengen.
No one up ahead.
Very empty 50. Got held up eventually. Hand pass back. Brought down Clifford. Great tackling out there at the moment. Holding though and a free kick to go Hawthorn's way.
Well, again, the pressure. There was no one inside 50 for Geelong. That's why they had to hold up. McDonald. This is Ellie McDonald. The kick across finds Dylan. Broadcast sides. As they kick up towards centre wing here, the Hawks looking to go forward. Luke making a nuisance of herself. Now the tackle from McWilliam. They worried off the footy, but the umpire said holding the footy. Boy, they're red hot on that today. Fergus had no opportunity. And Tamara Luke will take the free kick. Centre wing on the Medallion Club side of Etihad Stadium. Umpire says play on. The kick is a low ball. There's plenty of Cats here at the fall of this one. They should be able to clear, but Kerrick's kick's been smothered. They're under all sorts of pressure here again. A bit like the Eagles yesterday. Ivy trying to get the handball out for Geelong, but as soon as the player picks it up, they're immediately tackled. Boyd trying to do her best. Working there, Crockett Grills picks it up for Hawthorn on 50. She's dragged into the turf. They can't get clear. This is a good contest between these two sides. Grand final sort of stuff. The umpire will throw the ball up. We've played almost 16 minutes. We've got 4 minutes to go in this second quarter. And it's 18 playing 7 on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Get the power of expert advice.
McDonald's been very good for Hawthorn so far, but she gets brought down in a very strong tackle by Cranston. She goes in again and a ball up. Ellie McDonald, one of the inclusions, has been a star today for the Hawks. We know Cranston, one of the better operators out there as well, has had her fair share of AFLW experience. Beeson, speaking of, McDonald, kick smothered by Birchall. Cranston works her way to the footy, won it back and kicked it to a 2-on-4. One hand on the ball to affect it there, but out the back it's Federley. Took a daring bounce and lost it. Then the pressure came from Van Dyke. Maybe never had it. Holding the ball, says a downfield umpire. And a free kick to go Hawthorn's way. Wonderful defensive work by one of the better defenders in the comp, Jade Van Dyke. Goes with the switch. Nixon will be next in the chain here, although going for a dash is Ebb. She won't want to go to Nixon. Maybe she has to now by hand. No. Gets around a Geelong tackler. Still Ebb. Goes wide. Hawks out of danger as long as this kick's okay and can drop the mark. Just forward of centre wing. Hand pass came out. Morrison did well to get it back, and now the Cats will look to clear through McDonald,
who kicks up towards centre wing. It goes through hands, and we're going to have another stoppage here. The umpire will come in and throw the ball up. So they can get the ball inside 50, the Cats. Be interesting to see their inside 50 stats at them, because they're getting it in there enough times, but they just can't put the scoreboard pressure on. Testament to the Hawks' defence as around the body goes Cranston. The ball falling in between a couple of players. Good tackling there from Nestor of Hawthorn, and eventually the ball's released. Carroll goes around the body up towards centre wing. First in the race here is Woods, the 23rd player for Hawthorn. Worried out of it by Amy McDonald, who did well to pick it up. Wrapped up in the tackle, got the handball across to Morrison. Morrison's handball dangerous, but it's been picked up by Kerrick, who's got the safe hands and spots up a target nicely. It's Birchall.
Inside 50s, 16-10, Hawthorn's way.
So 10 inside 50s, but only the 7 points on the board as Matty Boyd takes the mark, or maybe not, the umpire said. As it's on 50, working hard here, Purcell trying to just hack it forward. It's in the pocket, dangerous footy, almost taken off it there. Ebb, and that will be the free kick going the way of the Hawks. 18.5 gone in this second quarter. 18 plays 7 on the Tyre Power scoreboard. In this half of the Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final for the Braybrook Hotel. Big screens, live sport.
Dangerous kick from Ebb, but it might work out okay. Van Dyke with the tap, went looking for McDonald. Cats got back there in numbers. Forced the later tackle. Gilder, ball up. 45 out from Geelong's goal. They're still scoreless on the Tyre Power scoreboard in this second term. And we're ticking down now to the final minute of this first half. Brought to you by the Braybrook Hotel. Luke goes over the top. As that bounced in play, there's a Hawthorn player that got a kick away. Tackled as she kicked it. It did bounce in play. It goes out of bounds for a boundary throw in.
50
Hawk
seconds
under
to
pressure
go.
was Crockett Grills.
50 seconds to go before half time.
20-minute flat quarters here in Swisse Wellness VFL Women's. Beeson with the high clearing ball. Chance maybe for one more score each way, but the ball has to be won here. Good tackle laid there again by Gilda. Ball up.
Woollett under the footy was the first to get there and took the tackle.
Right half forward here for Geelong, the clock ticking down. They need a clearance here, the Cats. Neither ruck got to it. Little kick forward there from Beeson. Stays in play, Morrison. Got to go now, Geelong. High towards half forward. 1 Cat versus 3 Hawks. Going up, no mark taken. Hutchins was in the region. Tackle laid, ball up. That'll be it. Hawthorn by 11 points, half-time of the Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final. 2-6-18 the Hawks. The Cats held scoreless in the second. 1-1-7. Your goal kickers Emma Mackey and Tamara Luke for Hawthorn, and Maddie Boyd has the lone goal for Geelong.
Yeah, good quarter to be able to hold the Cats scoreless. They, as I said, they got enough inside 50s to give themselves the opportunity, but the Hawks' defensive pressure was great and they managed to get that goal in the second term. So 2-6-18 plays 1-1-7. We'll take a break. We'll go through the stats to half-time on the other side of this. Plenty more still to come. It'll be Box Hill and Casey in the Peter Jackson VFL Grand Final a little bit later on this afternoon. But here, it's Hawthorn 2-6-18 leading Geelong 1-1-7 at half-time. You're watching us through vfl.com.au or on 1116 SEN. This is the 2018 Swisse Wellness at VFL Women's Grand Final. Where it is half-time here at Etihad Stadium, and it is Hawthorn 2-6-18 leading Geelong 1-1-7. The Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final coming up a little bit later this afternoon. It'll be the Peter Jackson VFL Love the Game Grand Final, and that'll be between the Box Hill Hawks and the Casey Demons. And a little smattering of crowd around the stadium. Plenty of room here, so come down to Etihad Stadium. There's still plenty of time to get tickets and get in here and see some fantastic VFL and VFL women's action. Peter Mercado and Adam Sarakoglu with you as we move into half-time. Let's have a look at the key numbers to half-time, Adam.
Let's go with some individual stats first. Peter Mercado and 9 disposals each for actually a number of players, but mainly Hawks. Phoebe McWilliams has been a star so far today. She's got the 9 disposals, 4 marks to go with that. Can has been good. She's got 9, as well as Emma Mackey, the skipper, who has kicked one of Hawthorn's 2 goals. Maddie Kerrick, she's a gun player. We've seen her with Carlton at AFLW level, 9 disposals alongside Cassie, Blake, Way, then 8 for Tamara, Luke, Beck, Beeson and Van Dyke for Hawthorn. McMahon and Morrison have 8 as well. For the Cats, we go to some team stats as well. The inside 50 count is one we've kept an eye on a little bit. Hawthorn leading that 16-10 so far today. They're leading the tackle count as well, 41-31. Double the marks of Geelong as well. Playing a bit more of a possession game, Hawthorn, very similar to the men's team. 28-14 in the marks category as we speak, and 73-54 for kicks. So probably no real surprises there. The scoring shots are also 7-2 or 8-2. It is being played right now on Hawthorn's terms, this one.
It certainly is, and we're going through some of the better players. We're sort of voting on the best player award in the grand final. Who'd we be looking at to half-time?
Yeah, so Beeson, she's been a star today. I've actually got some updated stats. Turns out those stats I just read out weren't quite updated, Peter. So 11 now for Beck Beeson. In fact, apologies for that. 10 for Kerrick and Morrison for the Cats as well. Down back, though, I'm really liking the game of Pereira. She's been very good, particularly in that first term. A couple of intercept marks for the Hawks. She's playing a very, very good game of football. I've liked Flanagan. She's just bobbed up in certain moments as well. Hutchins has been a real calming influence, a real experience that you need in grand finals down back. She's looking for her first premiership, mind you. I think Perkins has been well held so far today. She's got Goring on her. That was the match-up at the start of the day. Goring's the best fullback in Swisse Wellness VFL Women's. But if you want to go from a Cats perspective, as you would imagine, Kerrick has been one of the real stars so far today. Cranston, I reckon, had a very, very good second term. She's a real imposing influence on this game. And one of the youngsters, Olivia Purcell, she might be in the running for the best on-ground medal as well. Plenty of stars out there.
A fair effort, Olivia Purcell, coming through the Falcons program in TAC girls competition.
Premiership player this year with the Falcons.
There's the 23rd player in this competition, so allowing those younger players to get exposure at this level, which is sensational. So able to win a medal up straight up into a grand final would be not a bad effort, you'd have to say. But there's still a whole half of football to come. And then, of course, we look forward to the match between the Box Hill Hawks and the Casey Demons. And hopefully we see plenty of D's fans down here as well. We'll take a break. It is half-time. 2-6-18 Hawthorn, 1-1-7 Geelong. And on the other side of this break, we'll get into all the second half action on VFL.com.au and 11:16 SEN. This is the 2018 Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final. Away we go. We're into the third quarter in this half of the Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final for identifiable asbestos and hazardous material testing. No addition to the score a minute in. 2-6-18 place 1-1-7. Peter Mikado and Adam Sarakoglu with you. That's on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Get the power of expert advice at Tyre Power. Hawthorn leading, but we're into attack for Geelong.
AFL Victoria running a very tight ship today, keeping it very much on schedule. We were caught slightly unawares, so apologies, but his third term is underway. We're inside 50 for Geelong. Mackie tackled off the ball. Chance for the Cats to penetrate the kick to the hot spot. And a mark is taken by Hannah Birchall. One of the youngsters in this Cats side. She's been a very, very good player through the ranks. And a pretty good season here in Swisse Wellness VFL Women's as well. 6 goals to her name for season 2018 so far.
Be huge for the Cats if they're able to get the first on the board. Just break those shackles a little bit.
This half of Swisse Wellness VFL Women's footy thanks to Identifiber. Right foot's on the way for Birchall. Across the face. Just struggled with the distance and a minor score. Cats needed that. They're not out of it, but they need some goals. 1-2-8. Hawthorn 2-6-18 on the Tyre Power scoreboard.
Sibley kicks to herself. Wanted to go one direction, then decided to go the other. Worked it to Van Dyke, who had some space in the pocket. Kicks outside the 50. Under pressure, Nixon. Gee, either mark or free kick. And she's going to take it where the boundary line, the 50, intersects. And just told to get back on the mark by the umpire. Madeline McMahon stands the mark for Geelong. The kick up the line, trying to get hands to it was Luke, couldn't do so. Taken away by Boyd, still in dispute. It ricochets around, it goes over the boundary line. We'll have it thrown in. Just slightly into attack here for Geelong. 18 plays 8. Tyre Power scoreboard. Remember, 20-minute flat quarters. If we're level, at the end of 20 minutes of the final quarter, we go to Golden Point. Trying to clear the area was Beeson, and a player there can taken off the footy by Woolitz, and the Hawthorn player will take the free kick.
Had some shoulder trouble in the first half, been a very good player in contention for best on kick, looking for McWilliams. Just ran out of real estate. Hot on her. Right behind her was Anna Teague, who's been a star down back for the Cats, and we've got a boundary throw in just forward of true centre wing here for Hawthorn. The tap down for Mackie. As well, one down by Lou Watton. Kerrick won it back though. Hand pass to Birchall. Missed the goal moments ago. Went a long way. Umpire let it go. Searching kick inside 50. Chance for Orr. Hawks come to converge. Great pressure. Orr still on it though. Hand pass came out. Clifford brought down. That's not holding the ball. She lost it in the tackle.
Why not?
And a ball up. Prior opportunity perhaps. Was not there that time. Umpire throws it up. Cats inside 50 and desperately need a goal. Darby maybe had a look at the sticks, but her kick was smothered, just hesitated when she did win the ball. And we've got a ball up just a bit closer to goal, left forward pocket. Cats going to the locket ends, left of dial, left of screen in this third turn.
Ball tossed back up. Luke pushing out. There's going to be a Cats free kick from the ruck. It was a clear push. Kate Darby to take the free kick. The armbar was there, and it just knocked Kate Darby off kilter. Played some games in AFLW for Carlton. Did Darby, leading goal kicker in the 2018 home and away season. She's pushed it across the face again. 1-3-9 plays 2-6-18. Hawthorn leading Geelong. Tyre Power scoreboard. Get the power of expert advice at Tyre Power. This half of Peter Jackson VFL Live, and also Swisse Wellness VFL Grand Final action for identifiable asbestos and hazardous material testing.
The left forward pocket at the locket end, proving to be the Bermuda Triangle today here for both sides. We've seen now 3 shanked shots on goal across the face from that region. Neither side enjoying a good day in front of the sticks. That was a bad ball out at half back for Hawthorn, and a turnover and a free kick. And it's in the hands of Morrison. High left footer inside 50. Darby went up, didn't bring it down. Pereira won the ball. Hand pass out. Van Dyke, little kick out wide's okay. And Hutchins has it just inside defensive 50. Does she finally win a premiership today? Meg Hutchins, down the line we go.
Oh,
Almost straight down the throat of Goring. Perkins was there up the ground, trying to insert herself into the game at the moment. Being well held by Goring. It's in the centre square. A lot of bodies over the top of the ball. It's hacked inside 50. 2-on-1 in favour of Hawthorn. Van Dyke. Maybe a chance though for the Cats. Good tackle. Van Dyke. Was it high? No. Holding the ball in fact, and a free kick to go to star defender's way. Jade Van Dyke has it in the corridor. Maybe 30 out from her own goal. Wants to switch the pass and does. That was safe. Now Randall down the line looking for Watton. Can't take the mark. Good pressure on her. Just making a nuisance of herself there was Mangan. Ball up on the digits. So just remember, is that 50 painted very, very close to the boundary line as opposed to what we're used to, Peter?
it is.
Only 5 metres in from the boundary line, the digits today.
Still effective as ball trying to work her way through was Purcell. Dispossessed. Mackie coming in. Dragged down in the tackle by Fogus, and the umpire will throw the ball up. I'd love the next one here, Geelong. They've been doing all the attacking but have come up with no reward so far. McMahon trying to hatch the football. Just hurled it forward, almost a throw. It fell to Nixon, who got the handball out. It's still on 50 here for Geelong, but not going anywhere in a hurry. No one could break this footy clear. Now a chance. Birchall goes around the body for Geelong. It's a high ball. Almost the mark at the back there to Darby. Couldn't take it. Plenty of numbers. Sibley getting in the way, but the ball's been intercepted for Geelong. Working there again is Birchall. The short kick is good and finds Danielle Orr. Right place, right time, and she will line up and take a shot 20 metres out with plenty of goal face to look at.
It's in that pocket though, Peter.
They are doing all the attacking. All the attacking.
This has to be a goal.
In this second half, 14 goals out of 16 games for Orr. This kick misses to the left-hand side. 1-4-10 Geelong. Hawthorn 2-6-18. We've played 8 minutes. In this third quarter, Tyre Power scoreboard. Get the power of expert advice at Tyre Power.
Simply wants to come broadcast side. A high clearing ball clears 50. McDonald went up, didn't bring it down for Hawthorn. Little kick in board, Fogus. Might have had some space, overran it. Watton came to get it back for Hawthorn. Now it's Beeson. Pereira out of trouble. High ball looking for Hutchins. Bouncing ball almost on the wing. In battle here against Morrison. Beat Hutchins to the ball. Got her hand pass out. Mangan tackled off it. Holding the ball. Free kick Hawthorn. Left half back. Great pressure all round there. And we go wide. Van Dyke, who's been very good. Hutchins is patrolling half back at the moment. Has it again for the Hawks. And she's looking toward the corridor, but eventually goes down the line. So we're on centre wing. Plenty of Cats there. No mark was taken. Goring with the tackle. That holds things up. True centre wing out of sight.
Getting to her feet there. Tamara Luke kicked a goal in the opening quarter. We'll get back into ruckwork duties pretty quickly. Going to work there with Stevens. Now the ball released. Hawks looking to go forwards. It'll only be temporary. Pearce takes the mark. For Geelong, will go up the line. Coming out to meet it there was Maddie Boyd for the Cats. Couldn't take the mark. Pereira doing a good job just to corral the ball right near the boundary line. And eventually dribbles over and will have it thrown in. Back in that centre wing position. 18 plays 10. It's the Cats doing the attacking as we head up to the halfway mark of this third quarter. It's all on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Get the power of expert advice at Tyre Power. Ball tossed back in. Getting a hand to it was Watton, trying to tap it to advantage. Off the outside of the boot is Beeson, trying to push it forward for the Hawks. It goes over the line. We'll have it thrown in. This half of the Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final for Identifiber, asbestos and hazardous material testing. So we've gone 10 minutes in this third term. Ball to be tossed back in. Into attack for Hawthorn. Between wing and half forward, Watton just tapping the ball down, but Birchall picks it up for the Cats. Flying there with the fist is Hutchins, and again towards the line, but it only falls to Darby, who goes around the body with a little dribbler, and it goes over the boundary line, and we'll have it thrown in. So we've gone 10 minutes. We're over the halfway mark of this third term. The Cats just pressing, but not able to get the reward on the scoreboard.
Watton and Stevens in the ruck here. Neither really wanted to answer with advantage, or Focus did well to shrug the can tackle. A bouncing ball inside 50 for Geelong. Will it stay in play? It does. Right foot's on the way from the pocket across the face. Foot race for the ball here. Clifford's shot missed. Chance for Hawthorn to repel it back out. Kick had to be good. McDonald dropped it. Had some help there. Clearing ball on the wing. Coming off the bench and steaming her way to the ball was Crockett Grills, but it bounced away from her. Boundary throw in, left half forward for Geelong. Tyre Power scoreboard 1-4-10 the Cats. The Hawks are 2-6-18. We're into the second half of this third term, 20-minute flat quarters, which means we know that there's 9.5 minutes left before the three-quarter time siren. Birchall tackled off it by McDonald. Umpire didn't want to pay the free kick. Morrison had it and lost it as well. McDonald was there. Morrison won it back. Inside 50. Pereira dropped it. Maybe a chance for the Cats out the back here. Pushed off at that time was Randall. And she's not getting up quickly either. A little soccer off the ground there from Boyd. Didn't go far. And we have a ball up. So in that Bermuda Triangle where everyone seems to be missing the set shots. Left forward pocket, Lockett ends of the ground. Van Dyke got her hand pass out. Clearing ball from Hutchins. Foot race for the ball. McDonald's there again. Tapped it on and tapped it on brilliantly. Flanagan had a chance to pick it up, but the pressure came. She got brought down. Good pressure there from Blakeway. Ball does spill out at the last moment. Focus. She gets held up by Can, but got it to Morrison. Cats inside 50 once more. Boyd, a good contested mark. Couldn't get it that time. Pereira again. Hand pass out. Now it's Carroll toward the middle of Etihad Stadium. Foot race for the ball. Over the top of it is Coventry. Hand pass off. Another touch for Morrison. Ivy went in board. Here's some trouble. Umpire has found a free kick. It's going Geelong's way. They're going to go inside 50 again.
Nina Morrison to take the free kick. Look to push inside the 50. Looking into the pocket as well. But there's like 4 against 1. And the one's going to get the free kick. It's either going to be Clifford or Darby getting the free kick. And looking for 50 as well. Oh, almost again. Mia Ray Clifford was appealing for the free kick. The player on the mark just threw the balls, hurled it straight at Clifford from close range. It was Sibley who wasn't happy. But let's see what happens here. Mia Ray Clifford. 15 goals in the 16 games this season. Steps in. 35 out, the ball drifting all the way to the goal line. It's off hands. It's 1-5-11 Geelong. It's 2-6-18 Hawthorn. We've played 14 minutes in this third quarter. It's on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Get the power of expert advice at Tyre Power. And this half of the Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final for Identifiber, asbestos and hazardous material testing.
The Cats are peppering at the moment. Van Dyke found her partner in crime in Ebb with the kick in. Now over the top. Safe ball for Beeson. One of the leading ball getters on the ground here at Etihad Stadium today. Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final. Hawthorn and Geelong, no strangers against each other on Grand Final day, but these are somewhat unique circumstances. Hutchins, another touch on that left half-back flank. Took the mark and had to get around the mark and did so. Gets the right foot to centre wing. Underneath it, Dillon. No mark taken. Foot race for the ball. Woods trying to keep it in, but she can't. And a boundary throw in, true centre wing. City side of Etihad Stadium. Just a touch over 5 minutes to go in this third term on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Hawthorn by 7 points. Umpire brings this in. Luke's in the ruck at the moment for the Hawks. It's Cranston that gets it for the Cats. Kicks a half forward, no good. Guess who? Pereira again.
Yep, who's been great today. Chantella Pereira. Formerly played basketball for the Dandenong Rangers in the WNBL. Now playing a trade on the footy field and doing great work as the ball's in the hands here of Beeson for the Hawks as they go forward. McWilliams went through past her into Pearce for Geelong. He took the mark, wanted to get it going quickly. They've got numbers on this outer side, Geelong. The ball up towards centre half forward. No mark taken. The ball just paddled inside, having to lay the tackle is Pearce again. In fact, it's not Pearce. Federley picking it up and dragged down by Nixon. The umpire will throw the ball up. Cats need something now. They've got 4 minutes remaining in this third quarter and they've got it in attacking position. It's not going to go anywhere and the umpire will throw the ball up. Tamara Luke following up the ruck work by laying the tackle. Ball to ground, trying to come through. Cranston just goes around the body into the pocket. Dangerous position. Pereira wrapped up in the tackle. And the umpire says, give it to me. Maddie Boyd did a good job to try and pick up that footy. Took it out of her hands. Dangerous position. Cats need to find some space. Hawks doing a great job of just holding it up. Running onto it. Crockett Grills wrapped up in the focus tackle near the boundary line. The umpire says, give it to me. Almost 17 minutes gone in this third term. 18 plays 11. Tyre Power scoreboard. Ball tossed up in the forward pocket for Geelong. Again, Crockett Grills picks it up. Again, wrapped up in the tackle. Released to Carroll, who was driven down. One more stoppage to try and clear this area, Adam. Then it's all yours. But the defence of the Hawks, exceptional this afternoon. Luke had it all to herself in the ruck. Again to Crockett Grills, whose kick goes just towards the 50. And Ebb takes a good contested mark.
It's a pretty solid back six that the Hawks have at their disposal here. There's a 50-metre penalty, I think.
Yep.
There is. We're going for a 50-metre walk, and Ebb, who wanted to go across the face to Pereira, has just been told that she can take her kick again.
So for all the hard
almost
work
centre wing
that they did, Geelong, to keep the ball inside their 50, the Hawks have it in the middle of the ground. They could be the one to get a goal, and that would almost be the grand final, I would say.
Yeah, a game that's only got 3 goals on the board so far, none in this third term. It's been a quiet term for 6-pointers on the Tyre Power scoreboard. A couple of behinds for the Cats. Hawks under some pressure here. Hutchins. Now Ebb needs to get around 2 Geelong players. Hand pass came out, did well in the end. Crockett Grills inside 50. McWilliams. A great contested mark in front of Goring. Too far out to score. Right foot for the hot spot. Here's Perkins. No mark taken. Couple of players onto her. Perkins with the snap. And Hawthorn get their third. 3-6-24. Geelong 1-5-11. A minute and a half to go in the third term, and Sarah Perkins, somewhat well held so far today, goes bang, and she's on the board.
Oh, that's crucial. With about a minute to go in this third quarter, for Perkins to find that space. That's the space that the Cats have been looking for. They've been wayward in this quarter. They've kicked 4 behinds, and for the Hawks, they've kicked that solitary goal. So they might end up winning the quarter. As the ball here in the hands of Dylan for Hawthorn, dragged down. We've got under a minute remaining in this third quarter. This half of the Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final for identifiable asbestos and hazardous material testing. Important 50 seconds here for Geelong. They need an immediate response. It's in the middle. Perkins picks it up. Was pushed off the footy. Working there, Morrison. Managed to get the handball across. It heads towards half forward. Pereira first to the footy. Got the handball out to a player in space. It's Randall. Randall kicks up towards centre wing. But it's going to be picked up in the path here of Wooler. Dragged down in the tackle. Excellent from Woods. Footy going nowhere, and the umpire will throw the ball up. We've got 13 seconds left to three-quarter time. Ball thrown up. Luke getting the tap down for Hawthorn. It's not going to be anyone in a scoring position, and it's going to be three-quarter time. How big was that goal for the Hawks? With about 2 minutes to go, they've got a good lead, a handy lead at three-quarter time. 3-6-24 Hawthorn, Geelong 1-5-11. Let's go through the goal kickers. Singles for Mackie, Luke and Perkins, and for Geelong, the solitary goal kicker, Maddie Boyd. Don't go anywhere. We've got a massive final quarter coming your way. The Hawks have the advantage, 3-6-24 to 1-5-11. Let's see if they're able to run away with it, or can the Cats come back? They've had plenty of the footy, plenty of the opportunity. Let's see if they can do it. on VFL.com.au, our video stream, and on 1116 SEN. This is the 2018 Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final.
I'm a very busy woman with a lot on my plate. I'm a very busy woman with a lot on my plate.
Clinky glasses, melt the ice like ice. Crazy glasses, melt the thighs like ice. Clinky glasses are flashes, you weren't ready for it to feel this nice. You weren't ready for it to feel this nice. Woo! Clinky glasses, melt the ice like ice. Crazy glasses, melt the thighs like ice. Clinky glasses are flashes, you weren't ready for it to feel this nice. You weren't ready for it to feel this nice.
Geelong 1-5-11 have a long way to go to get back into this one. We'll get some stats in a moment. That's on the Tyre Power scoreboard. 24 playing 11. Let's get into the final quarter action. Here's Adam Saragoglu.
McMahon won it for the Cats out of the ruck, and now over the top of the ball is Dillon. She's brought down by multiple Cats. And we have a ball up just on top of centre half forward here for Geelong. They're trailing by 13 points. Haven't kicked a goal since halfway through the first quarter. That was Maddie Boyd. They've got to kick at least 3, as it currently stands, maybe 2, to at least get themselves back into it. So the final term of the Swisse VFL Women's Grand Final. And we've got multiple stoppages to start it. Still inside the centre square. Crowd building for Casey versus Box Hill in the Peter Jackson VFL. Stay with us here on 11:16 SEN. Michael leads to join Peter Mercado with the call of that. We're inside 50 for Geelong, over the head of Derby. No mark taken. Hutchins. She might be 20 minutes away from finally being a premiership player. Worried out of it though by Birchall. Tackle from Boyd to hold things up for Geelong. Ball up just on the outskirts of 50 for the Cats.
Maybe give us some of those stats winners to three-quarter time.
Beck Beeson has 20, might be the leading contender for best on ground today. Morrison, the leading ball getter for the Cats with 17. Mackie on all fours. He's kicked one of those goals for the Hawks. Kerrick left it behind. Cranston. Morrison bounced away from her. The soccer off the ground, back toward the middle from Nesta. Found a Cat inside 50. Boyd went up. No mark taken. Fogus has been dangerous across half forward. She gets put into the deck. A ball up inside 50 for the Cats. That's where they need it. But they've got to start kicking some goals, Peter.
Yep, and in a hurry too. Watton getting the ball to ground for Hawthorn. But again, stoppage after stoppage. Been plenty of them. The tackling pressure has been immense from both teams today. As Julia Crockett-Grills picks herself up. We go again. Watton trying to get that ball down, trying to break a couple of tackles is Kim Ebb. Lost a handle on it. Now a chance here for the Cats. Throwing it on the boot is Morrison into the pocket. Off hands there of Boyd. It's right near the boundary line. Pereira can't keep it in. We'll have it thrown in. About 15, 20 metres around now from the Cats goal. 2.5 minutes gone of 20. In this final term, the Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final for identifiable asbestos and hazardous material testing. Ball tossed back in. And now the clearing kick. Nesta is trying to find some space. Now another chance for the Cats. A high ball from McMahon. Top of the goal square. They've got it. They've got another opportunity here, the Cats. And Kate Darby is the player. Directly in front, the umpire sets the mark. 20 metres from goal. They need this one to keep themselves alive. Kate Darby, as we mentioned, the leading goal kicker in the home and away season. This one's on target. Darby gets her first of the afternoon. And the Cats still very much in this contest. Hawthorn 3-6-24, Geelong 2-5-17. We've played 3.5 minutes in this final quarter. It's on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Get the power of expert advice at Tyre Power.
The game does start opening up due to fatigue. Then it's the likes of a young Hannah Birchall who's been a star today. She's going to break the game open, and the Cats might just finally penetrate the scoreboard, but can. Gets the clearance for Hawthorn. They're inside 50. Ripped off the ball there was Gilda. Holding the ball. Free kick going the Cats' way. Quick kick. Here is Birchall underneath it. Takes a good mark. In front of Woods. The chip over the top. That's a good kick. And a good mark for another youngster. Purcell. Cats lifting. Right foot towards half forward. It's a 2-on-2. No mark taken. Ground level. Watton had to get rid of it. Couldn't. Ball was pinned to her. Good tackle laid by Mia Ray Clifford. And we've got a ball up right half forward for the Cats. 7-point game on the Tyre Power scoreboard. We've played 4.5 in the final term, which means 15.5 left. 20-minute flat quarters. Ball pinballing around a number of players at the moment. That's not coming out. Kerrick with the tackle on Mackie. Very solid tackle. Mackie's been in the wars of late. Copped a couple of heavy hits against Collingwood 2 weeks ago, but she gets up. All is okay.
Ball tossed back up. Cats pressing again. No one can take it from the right contest. Watton just trying to paddle it forward. Oh, superb tackling pressure again. And Kerrick not going anywhere. Ball be thrown up. Just into attack for the Cats. We're on the broadcast side here at Etihad Stadium. 24 playing 17. Tyre Power scoreboard. Hawks leading, but Cats pushing hard. Purcell. Ball spills free. Running through Morrison. It's a high ball. 2-on-1 in favour of the Hawks. And Hutchins at the back takes the mark. Darby It was just outmarked there. Couldn't really do anything else. This kick looking for Watton. Getting in the way Nixon. It's off hands. The Cats trying to get it out. Kerrick did a good job. Worked it across. Birchall trying to go round the body. This ball pitches towards the boundary line but then stays in. Sibley leaves it for a teammate, Hutchins, who gets it across there to Van Dyke. They're still mucking around with it inside defensive 50. And Birchall comes in to pick up the footy and run over the line. We'll have it tossed in. 24 plays 17. We've played 6 minutes in this final term. Tyre Power scoreboard. Get the power of expert advice at Tyre Power in this half. The grand final for identifiable asbestos and hazardous material testing. Ball spills free. The Hawks look to clear. Through hands it ends up with Wick Williams. They work it across here. Another opportunity for the Hawks off the outside of the boot. I tell you what, the kicking's been sensational today. And Crockett Grills takes the mark. It was an excellent kick from Steph Carroll to set it up.
Couple of leads on offer. Goes looking for Perkins. Had 2 Cats to deal with. McWilliams at the fall. Will be second to the ball this time though. Put the body in. Ball does spill out at the last moment. Now Carroll's brought to ground. Desperate defending by Jamie Woollett. And we've got a ball up left half forward for Hawthorn. Holding on to a 7-point lead.
And a bit of push and shove as well too.
If time expires and scores are level, we keep going until someone scores. And that's our premier for season 2018 in Swisse Wellness VFL Women's. Cranston's kick to the middle. A very good mark is taken by Pepper Randall in the middle of Etihad Stadium. Right foot inside 50. Here's Can, beaten to it. Bravely going back and taking a lovely mark there was Cassie Blakeway. Desperate stuff. The kick needs to be good though. It might work out. Morrison only got one hand to deal with. Brought down, holding the ball. Free kick, Hawthorn.
As Beeson's got it, she laid the tackle. No way Morrison could get to the footy. Oh, she kicked it to the player on the mark, Beeson. Morrison gets another chance and clears into the middle of the ground. It may only be temporary. Mark drop, Pereira to run onto the footy. No, it's hacked forward for the Cats. It's a wide open 50 and it's a foot race on the way. They still keep going off the ground. Trying to find players to pick it up. Mangan maybe pushed off it. No call from the umpire. We're at the top of the goal square for the Cats. They've got the numbers if they can get out. Trying to get clear is Boyd. Can't do so. Dragged down in the tackle. And it's a free kick for holding the footy. And the Hawks can breathe again. Oh, it was a foot race. Mangan just tried to push it forwards. There are enough numbers around the footy for the Cats, but they just couldn't get the results. 8 minutes gone, final quarter, 24 plays, 17 the grand final, Tyre Power scoreboard.
Interesting kick from Randall, might have put Hutchins under pressure. Claimed high, free kick, Meg Hutchins.
Going to take a little while to get up from it, she's fine.
Bit of cramp for Pereira as well in that tackle where she won the free kick moments ago. So Hutchins, so desperate to win a premiership in her illustrious career. Maybe she's 12 minutes away from doing so, but the Cats are coming home hard. Boundary throw in. I feel like we've seen this one before with the Hawks leading and the Cats storming home late in the grand final. Can Hawthorn hold on? Or has Geelong got another wind in them yet? Boundary throw in. Left half forward for the Cats. Luke's in the ruck against Derby, the most recent goal kicker. Won by the Hawks, Crockett Grills. High ball half forward, McWilliams had 2 Cats to deal with. Ball trapped on ground level. Picked up eventually, Clifford under pressure. Hand pass came back. Now it's in the hands of Teague, but she sees it go out of play. Morrison there as well. Right half forward for Hawthorn, out of side here at Etihad Stadium. Halfway mark of the final term, a 7-point lead on the Tyre Power scoreboard.
Yep, as we ball tossed back in, every possession crucial. Luke got the tap down for Hawthorn, but the ball going nowhere in a hurry. Good tackling pressure from Coventry for the Cats, and the umpire will throw the ball up. Steph Carroll gets to her feet for the Hawks. We do it again. Trying to get front position, Derby for Geelong. It spills free. Hacking it onto the boot is Birchall. Up towards centre wing for the Cats. No one can take the mark. There's plenty of numbers around the footy. Ivy's there. The ball paddled forward. It's going to go into the path here of Beeson. Solid hands, works it back. Hutchins puts the ball into an attacking position for the Hawks. Nice little juggling mark taken there by Luke. He'll just slow things down. Halfway mark of this final quarter. Luke kicks inside the 50, looking for McWilliams! No mark taken. No, it is going to be paid. They all played on. McWilliams, nice grab over the top of Teague. Oh, I don't know whether she had enough of that, but the umpires paid it. And this could be the grand final right here. Phoebe McWilliams hasn't kicked a goal today. Oh, she decides to go into the pocket. It's a dangerous option. Flanagan, well, she couldn't take the mark and it'll be a throw-in. She was looking to give the ball off. Flanagan was the option, but the kick not finding its target. Still into attack though for the Hawks. 24 plays, 17 tyre power scoreboard, 11 gone final quarter. It's tossed in and went straight to Darby with a shallow throw in. Darby kicks into a couple of players in front of her. Dangerous position again for the Cats. McWilliams going without the football. Now they've got some run. Darby again. Kicks outside the 50 dangerously. It's 50-50 contest. Pereira comes up with it. Now across to Beeson, who kicks to the top of the goal square. No one can take the mark. McWilliams is there. Ball taken away from her. The Cats look to clear. It's a throw. It is a throw.
Wasn't a handball.
It's a free kick to Hawthorn. Who's the player who's going to take it? It's going to be Gilda. Emily Gilda to take the free kick. 11 goals in 13 games for this season.
It's in safe hands if you're a Hawthorn supporter here, number 33.
This to almost be the sealer, 12 minutes into the final term. Remember, 20 minutes each quarter, no time on. Gilda comes in, she's looking around, the umpire puts her on the mark. 25 metres out, 12 and a half minutes on the clock. The kick is on the way for a goal! Gilda gets her first of the afternoon, and that could just about be it for Hawthorn. 4-6-30 plays 2-5-17, 13 minutes gone, final quarter on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Get the power of expert advice at Tyre Power. In this half of footy for identifiable asbestos and hazardous material testing.
Back live in the middle. Gilda goes bang and might have given Hawthorn its first ever Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Premiership. And they get a free kick out of the middle to go to Can. Just behind the centre circles. This remarkable footy club that keeps winning premierships might have now done it at VFL Women's level. Pereira probably the favourite for the medal. They're going to start playing tempo footy. She goes short to Randall. All of this at half-back for the Hawks. They might have killed the Cats for good. Kick out towards half forward. Can. They're going to go inside 50 again. Kick inside 50 looking for Luke. Bounced away from her. Just overrunning it though for Flanagan. It's just on the outskirts of 50 near the boundary line. Trying to keep it alive is Hutchins. Tackled off the ball. Now it goes out of play. And we have a boundary throw in. 6 minutes left in the Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final. Hawthorn by 13 points. Umpire to bring it in. It's Watton in the ruck. Not sure the Cats have a ruck. In fact, it's going to be Cranston that comes in now. Bodied out of it. Cranston trying to win her own tap. Over the top we go. Purcell. Off half back. Kick to the middle's good for Federley.
They got a player on here.
Loose cat at half forwards. McMahon. Kick coming her way.
There's
a loose cat inside 50. Needs to get it there and does. Bouncing ball Clifford. 3 Hawks got back there and Hawthorn win it back. Kick out wide and the mark is taken by Hutchins.
Hutchins takes the mark at half back. The kick is going wide. They can play tempo footy now. Crockett Grills has it. 15 minutes gone. 5 to go in the grand final. The kick up the line is going to be marked again. Oh. Luke takes it on centre wing for Hawthorn. Kicks up towards half forward. From position, Perkins couldn't take the mark. Now a chance for the Cats. If they got any chance, they need to score in the next 30 seconds. The kick up the line's going to go out of bounds, I think. Trying to keep it in is Birchall. Can't do so. Tackled over the line by Luke. And we'll have it thrown in. 15 and a half gone in this final quarter. Tyre Power scoreboard. This after identified by asbestos and hazardous material testing. Ball to be tossed back in. Watton, well, went over the back. Now a chance for Birchall. Kicking Geelong up towards half forward. It's into the path here of Randall, who can't keep it in. We'll have it tossed in around where the 50 and the boundary line intersect for Geelong. We've got 4 minutes remaining in the grand final. 30 plays 17. As the ball to be tossed back in. Over the back, Darby just trying to get the ball to ground. The Hawks lock it in. It's going nowhere in a hurry. Now a quick kick out of the pack to the top of the goal square. Mark Noy in the pocket for Boyd, not taken. Clifford trying to get in to pick up the footy. Desperate stuff. And we'll have the ball thrown up deep into attack here for the Cats. 30 plays 17 here on the Tyre Power scoreboard. 16 and a half gone.
Maddie Boyd kicked the first goal for Geelong, but she's been nullified today. Kick out of danger, goes out of play, just outside 50 for the Cats. They need to kick a goal and then another one, maybe even a point or maybe even a third goal. They're running out of time. It's pretty much 3 goals in 3 minutes. Boundary throw in. Watton from behind was in front of McMahon. Kick inside 50 for Geelong. It's a bouncing ball and it's a foot race. Trying to get it Mangan. Needed some help. Great defensive pressure there by Nixon. Randall's over the top of the ball here for the Hawks. It's trickling towards centre wing. Being harassed. Kept it in front of her. Then the soccer. It's at half forward for Hawthorn. Foot race on for it though. Cats will get back in numbers. Great defensive pressure, Randall. Ball eventually picked up by McDonald. Cats ball at half back. Wobbler to the wing. Van Dyke couldn't mark. Boyd's up the ground. Hand pass out in the hands of Orr. Got it to a teammate. Focus on the right towards half forward. Lucky bounce. Boyd empty 50. There's a push. There's a push.
It's coming back too, Adam. It's going to
no
be a
advantage.
free kick.
No advantage. The ball's coming back, so a free kick to be claimed by Mia Ray Clifford.
I don't know about that because that ball went into an open 50 and there were players running onto it. I would have let that go a little bit longer.
Maybe not obvious enough for the umpire to keep it going, but Boyd's going to take the kick here. Clifford was limping after the contest. Left foot inside 50 for Boyd. This must be a mark. It is, but it's for the Hawks. And a great mark is taken by Sibley. Hawthorn is going to win the grand final.
The kick across the grounds is okay. Ellie McDonald takes the mark. A defensive 50. They're just going to take all the time in the world. The kick up the line is going to fall short. Carroll with the front position couldn't take the mark. Coming in for the Cats, McMahon. It's a high ball. Oh, dangerous front on contact. Over the boundary line, the ball goes. And we'll have it thrown in. Putting her body on the line there was Birchall, with Ellie McDonald bearing down on her. I'm surprised that wasn't a free kick, even though McDonald was going for the footy. Ball to be tossed back in. Minute to go. You can start celebrating now, Hawks fans. Mackie, quiet in this second half, but really did well in the first half. Off hands. Finding a way through Nesta, wrapped up in the tackle. And the umpire says, give it to me. In fact, it's Beeson at the bottom of the pack. She's been sensational today. Free kick, hold. Cats free kick, 30 seconds to play in the grand final.
It's not going to be enough. McMahon inside 50. Again, a lot of Hawks around the ball. No mark taken. Boyd was there. Mackie, one last touch for her, the skipper. Ball's just ricocheting toward the boundary line. The tackle on Mangan. Did well to get the hand pass out to Darby. Her kick smothered off the boot by Ebb. It takes a bounce sideways. It goes out of play. We're ticking down. Hawthorn has won the grand final. Four goals, 6-30. Geelong 2-5-17.
We're a happy team at Hawthorn. We're the mighty fighting Hawks. We love our club and we play to win.
Teamwork is the thing that talks. One for all and all for one, the way we play at Hawthorn. We are the mighty, mighty Hawks.
And they got the job done nicely this afternoon. All single goal kickers today. Mackie, Luke, Perkins and Gilda. And that was a crucial one in that final quarter. And for the Cats, Maddie Boyd and Kate Darby, their goal kickers. And the Hawks keeping the lead all the way through this afternoon. And they weren't able to improve their margin from three-quarter time of 13 points, leading by 2, 11, 13 and 13 to finish it off. 4-6-30 to 2-5-17.
We're a happy team at Hawthorn. We're the mighty fighting Hawks. We love our club and we play to win. Riding the bumps with a grin at Hawthorn. Come what may, you'll find us striving. Teamwork is the thing that talks. One for all and all for one, the way we play at Hawthorn. We are the mighty fighting Hawks.
A great win for this side that finished in second place on the Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Ladder. And they put in an impressive performance in the celebrations. Oh, it's good to see. Good to see the celebrations. Commiserations to the Cats. They're now preparing for an AFLW season, which will be coming up in February next year. But plenty to look forward to. Plenty to see talent on that Geelong list. But the Hawks just too good this afternoon. Adam, give us some stats to full time while we prepare for the presentations.
Beck Beeson, number 8 today, 24 disposals, 15 kicks, 9 handballs, 3 marks and 5 tackles. A really, really big chance to win the Best on Ground medal. What a story, Meg Hutchins. She's the second leading disposal getter for Hawthorn with 17 alongside Jamie Van Dyke as well. Jade Van Dyke had a wonderful game down back today. Mackie with 13, she's the skipper. McWilliams, Can and Pereira all getting 13. For Geelong, it was Nina Morrison with 20 disposals and then Olivia Purcell with 19. Two of the young stars are both Geelong Falcons premiership players earlier in the season in the TAC Cup Girls competition. Cranston was a star in the second half with 15. Maddie Kerrick doing a good job today for the Cats, but it wasn't enough. And the Hawks are the premiers in Swisse Wellness VFL Women's for 2018.
Yeah, and this talent we see running around, getting onto AFLW lists, so many of them out there. Jeff Kennett's out there as well, I think I saw, getting involved in the celebrations, which is wonderful. Meg Hutchins, you mentioned, gets that premiership too. That's great to see. There's so many good stories coming out of these competitions. And there's going to be a lot more focus on the Swisse Wellness VFL Women's seasons from here on in, with all these AFL club, VFL club involvements along the way, and so much talent making their way through. They get a clean run at it through the winter months and then into pre-season, then AFLW starts straight after that. So well done to the Hawks.
That's great exposure as well, right before the Peter Jackson VFL Grand Final. Crowds building here at Etihad Stadium, and we had the old traditional rivals Hawthorn and Geelong. It was all the ingredients for a great game of football, and that match-winning goal, clutch in the end from Emily Gilder just to finish it. The Cats did come home hard.
Well, they did, as I said, they had plenty of inside 50 opportunities this afternoon, but they just couldn't get their forward structure right.
Hawthorn's back six. Maybe they all get a medal for best on ground, because that back six was absolutely amazing today. I really liked the game of Kim Ebb in particular, but Jade Van Dyke was outstanding. Pereira is a rebounding defender. Wouldn't be surprised, Peter, if her name is called up to get not only the premiership medal, but the second medal to go with that. She was outstanding as a rebounding type. The celebrations have started for Hawthorn.
Well, could they make it the double this afternoon with Box Hill coming up?
23 girls out there in brown and gold will no doubt be...
Ladies and gentlemen, can you please
Let's get to the presentation. Here is Pete Laser.
In an amazing grand final, our 2018 Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final. Congratulations to Geelong and Hawthorn. Commiserations, of course, to Geelong Cats. A wonderful season for getting this far. And now to speak on behalf of our runners-up, I welcome the captain of the Geelong Cats to say a few words. Ladies and gentlemen, Beck Goring.
As Beck Goring makes her way to the stage. Disappointed.
Firstly, congrats to Hawthorn. Great game today. You guys are fierce competitors and we love playing against you guys, so congratulations. Enjoy this moment. To Geelong, fantastic. We put it all out there today. Well done. Coaches, support staff, our 52 squad members this year, we've really grown the culture down at our club, and we will continue to do that through AFLW and VFL next year. So congratulations, be proud of what you've achieved today. Well done.
Thank you, Beck, and once again, congratulations on a wonderful season, the Geelong Cats Football Club. It's now my pleasure to welcome to the stage Lisa Hardiman to present the 2018 Lisa Hardiman Medal to the player adjudged best on ground in the grand final. The 2018 Lisa Hardiman medalist from the Hawthorn Football Club, number 5, Chantella Pereira.
Really set them up down back this afternoon, Adam. The former Dandenong Ranger in the WNBL. Best on ground in the Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Grand Final. Wonderful, wonderful stuff.
Yeah, she played an outstanding game today.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome Ali McNeil from Swisse Wellness, the Senior Manager of Partnerships, to present the 2018 Premiership Medallions to our premiers, the Hawthorn Football Club. Number 4, Steph Carroll. Number 5, Chantella Pereira. Number 6, Julia Crockett-Grills.
Who's heading off to Geelong in the AFLW next season.
As is her teammate that will be presented next.
Number 7, Phoebe McWilliams.
Had a tremendous season, Phoebe McWilliams.
Did everything but kick a goal today. Great game of football for her across half forward.
Number 8, Rebecca Beeson.
Sensational.
Leading ball getter on the ground with 24 today.
And you'll see her at GWS continuing on in the AFLW competition
Number
next year.
12, Tani Nesta. Number 13, Ebony Nixon.
Had a good final series, played well against Collingwood as well.
Number 14, Olivia Flanagan.
It was great today, I thought, Olivia Flanagan. Really lively up forward.
She might have snuck in a vote or two for best on.
Number 19, Lou Watton.
The ruck.
Been rock solid this season, Lou Watson.
Number 21,
hit-outs per
Pepper
match.
Randall.
I think she finished the game really well today, Randall. Solid
Number
defender.
22, Tamara Luke.
Which did it both ends of the ground today. Tamara Luke
Kicked the first goal of the game.
carried a lot of the ruck duties.
Number 24, Rosie Dillon.
Probably the biggest roar of
Number
all coming up.
25, Meg Hutchins.
Oh, this special moment for Meg Hutchins as she gets to the stage.
Number 28, Sarah Perkins.
Premiership medallions in AFLW and now VFL Women's.
And what a goal. She kicked that goal in the third term. She was falling, being tackled as she kicked it.
Number 31,
An amazing goal.
Jessica Sibley.
Took that last mark of the game inside defensive 50. Another one of this very solid back six for Hawthorn. Got the job done for him today.
Number 32, Kim Ebb.
Another star in this back line for the Hawks.
They're hard to fit them all into
Number
the votes.
33, Emily
Imagine.
Gilder.
Kicked the winning goal in the end. Number 33 gets it done for Hawthorn on grand final day.
Number
I've seen that before,
35, Claire O'Donnell.
You're enjoying this far too much.
Peter. Halfway there, I think, Peter. Casey in Box Hill, what a game that'll
Number
be.
36, Jade Van Dyke.
Rising star in this competition this year. An outstanding defender.
Number 40, Ellie McDonald.
One of the youngsters had a really good game today, I think. One of the smaller players out there, but her presence was felt. Don't worry about
Number
that.
43, Emerson Woods. Number 45, Michaela Can.
Great game. Had shoulder trouble in the first half, played out the game.
Yeah, that was the main thing for me.
Number 1, the captain, Emma Mackey.
Great game in that first half, Adam. She really played well.
Crucial goal in the second term. That's 4 goals in the final
And the premiership
series.
coach, Patrick Hill.
Well deserved.
Yep, been in the VFL system for a couple of years now, in charge of this women's team.
Thank you very much. Firstly to the AFL Victoria for this great setup today. I want to commiserate with Geelong. Obviously, I've got to know Hoodie quite well over the last couple of years, and he's a terrific man, he's a terrific coach, and you've got a great program running down there. I'm sure that the AFLW will see the full force of Geelong in the not too distant future. So bad luck today, but well done on your season. I need to thank Bingo. Who else? I've got Budget and University of Tasmania for their great sponsorship of our club. I want to thank everyone at the club, Mr. Kennett especially for his great support of women's footy. Everyone on the board, a special thanks to Tanya Galena for getting this going, along with Dan Napoli and Jason Burt, in the early days. I really want to pay tribute to these fine women down here that have just proved that anything is possible if you work hard enough and you truly believe. And I just want to dedicate this premiership to all the women out there that have got dreams, all the young girls that aspire to be something. This team's never just about winning. It's never just about the game. It's about something great, much greater, and that's equality for all women. So this one's for you.
Thank you, Patrick. Patrick Hill, Premiership Coach. It's now my pleasure to welcome the inaugural captain of the 2017 Hawthorn VFLW side, Mel Keys, to present the 2018 Swisse Wellness VFLW Premiership Cup to the Hawthorn Football Club.
And unfortunately, Mel hopping around on one leg. There it is.
Yeah, there's always an unlucky story, isn't there? And she got injured in that first final against Collingwood. She was one of the guns, the Hawks are the premiers.
They are, and very happily celebrating as well. It's always a great image to see the Hawks getting the job done this afternoon. 4-6-30 to 2-5-17. Whoa! As the fireworks go off here, it's going to create a lot of smoke under the closed roof here at Etihad Stadium. Been a wonderful Swisse Wellness VFL women's season as the Cats make their way from the ground. They'll be disappointed. As I said, they'll be featuring in AFLW action next season. You'll see a lot of those players running around. But Chantelle Pereira named the best on the ground in the grand final. 4-6-30, 2-5-17. The Hawks are premiers for season 2018. Well, that completes our coverage on the video stream through vfl.com.au. Thanks for your company throughout this season. It's going to be a great off-season with the AFLW, but we'll be back next year with plenty more Swisse Wellness VFL women's actions. And everyone listening on the live stream, thanks for joining us throughout season 2018. The Hawks champions.